Welcome, dream travelers. Today we're taking a deep dive into one of the most fascinating abilities the human mind holds, lucid dreaming. If you've ever found yourself in a dream and suddenly thought, wait, this isn't real, I'm dreaming, then you've already touched the surface of lucidity. But what most people don't know is that this moment, that flash of clarity, can be expanded, stretched, and trained until it becomes something far more powerful, something intentional, something repeatable, something that lets you step consciously into the world behind your eyelids. So let's start at the very beginning. What exactly is lucid dreaming? At its simplest, lucid dreaming is the state of becoming aware that you're dreaming while the dream is still happening. It's like a light flicks on in the middle of a movie, and suddenly you realize you're both the audience and the director. For some people, lucidity means full control, flying, shifting landscapes, summoning characters, bending the laws of physics. For others, it's less about controlling anything and more about watching the dream with a heightened sense of presence, almost like you're stepping onto the stage of your subconscious theater. Both forms are lucid dreaming, both forms are valid, and both forms can teach you an incredible amount about your inner world. Lucid dreaming isn't new either. Humans have been fascinated by this state for thousands of years. Tibetan Buddhist monks developed a practice called dream yoga, where the goal was to stay conscious while the mind entered the dream state. Ancient Greek and Roman philosophers wrote about dreams in which they became aware, and even interacted with gods or mythical beings while fully conscious. Indigenous cultures all over the world have used dreams as tools for healing, guidance, and initiation. Even Carl Jung, the father of analytical psychology, described moments inside dreams where he knew he was dreaming and used the experience to communicate with symbolic figures from his unconscious. What's wild is that despite these ancient accounts, modern science has only begun to understand what's happening under the surface. Let's move into the science behind lucid dreaming, because this part is honestly mind-blowing. Lucid dreams almost always occur during REM sleep, the stage when your brain becomes active, your eyes dart beneath your eyelids, and vivid dreaming kicks into full force. But the difference between a normal dream and a lucid one is what's happening in your prefrontal cortex. That's the part of your brain responsible for self-awareness, planning, logic, and decision-making. Normally, during REM sleep, that part of the brain goes mostly offline, which is why dreams feel chaotic or uncontrollable. But during a lucid dream, something different happens. The prefrontal cortex lights back up, not fully like when you're awake, but just enough for your conscious mind to slip back in. It's like someone hands the dreamer a flashlight inside the darkness of REM sleep. One of the most fascinating scientific discoveries in the field came when researchers instructed lucid dreamers to perform specific eye movements inside their dreams. Because the muscles that control your eyes stay active during REM sleep, the researchers could actually see the signal in the lab when the dreamer performed the agreed-upon movement. In other words, the dreamer was asleep, dreaming, conscious, and communicating with the outside world, confirming that lucidity is very real and very measurable. Brainwave research shows something interesting too. In a lucid dream, the brain tends to produce a blend of theta waves, which are connected to deep dreaming and memory, and gamma waves, which are associated with higher awareness and focus. That combination is rare, and it suggests that lucid dreaming is a unique hybrid state where the subconscious and conscious mind overlap and work together. Now, lucidity isn't just an on or off switch. There's a spectrum. Think of lucidity like the dimmer on a light. In low-level lucidity, you might realize you're dreaming but still be swept along by the storyline, almost like a passenger. In a deeper state, you may be able to make small choices, turning around, asking a dream character a question, or deciding to float into the air. And at the highest level, the dream becomes almost like virtual reality. Colors sharpen, sensations intensify, time bends. You can shape entire landscapes with intention alone. Some people describe these dreams as more vivid than waking life. Others say they feel spiritually profound, like stepping into a dimension made entirely of thought, emotion, and symbolic intelligence. But here's the important thing to remember. Lucid dreaming is not just about taking control. In fact, some of the most transformative lucid dreams happen when you simply observe with awareness, letting the dream show you what it needs to show you. It becomes a mirror, a message, a symbolic conversation with your deeper self. You might meet dream characters who embody fears, desires, forgotten memories, or parts of your psyche you've neglected. You might explore places that don't exist in waking life, but feel familiar, almost ancient, like you've been there before. You might even practice skills. Athletes train inside lucid dreams, musicians rehearse, people work through social situations or trauma safely. The possibilities are endless because the dream world is built from the same raw material as imagination. Now let's talk about the practical side, how to actually get started. Lucid dreaming is a skill, and like any skill, it strengthens with practice and consistency. The first step is to reconnect with your dream life. Most people forget their dreams within minutes of waking up, so keeping a dream journal is essential. As soon as you wake up, write down anything, even fragments, colors, emotions, scenes. Over time, this trains your brain to value dream recall, and your dreams naturally become clearer and easier to remember. Once you begin remembering your dreams, patterns start to appear. Dream signs, like certain places, people, or situations that frequently show up. These become clues later. Throughout the day, get into the habit of performing reality checks. This doesn't need to be intense or obsessive. Just pause and ask yourself, am I dreaming? Look at your hands. Try to push a finger through your palm. Check a clock, look away, then look back. In dreams, text and numbers often change or distort. By doing these checks while awake, you train your brain to do the same thing in a dream. And that's often the exact moment lucidity kicks in. Setting intentions before bed is another surprisingly powerful technique. As you're drifting off, repeat a simple phrase in your mind, like, "Tonight I will realize I'm dreaming." Say it with conviction. Visualize yourself becoming lucid. The subconscious responds strongly to intention, and many lucid dreams begin this way. And of course, practicing mindfulness during the day can improve lucidity at night. The more present you are in waking life, noticing sensations, emotions, and surroundings, the easier it becomes to recognize the surreal qualities inside dreams. Think of lucidity as awareness, and awareness is something you can cultivate long before you fall asleep. As you begin exploring lucid dreaming, remember that there's no right or wrong way to experience it. Some dreams will be short, others long, some will be euphoric, others confusing. Sometimes you'll pop into lucidity and lose it within seconds. That's completely normal. You're training your consciousness to operate in a state where it usually sleeps. Be patient, be curious, and most importantly, be open to whatever experience comes. At its core, lucid dreaming is the art of stepping consciously into your subconscious world. It's a meeting point between imagination, memory, emotion, and intuition. Whether you want to fly across galaxies, revisit places from childhood, confront fears, deepen your spirituality, or simply observe the dream world with clarity, every lucid dream is an invitation to connect with yourself on a deeper level. So tell me, what part of lucid dreaming excites you the most? Flying, meeting dream characters, exploring hidden landscapes? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more guides, more deep dives, and more explorations into the world of dreams, consciousness, and the mind, make sure you subscribe. Until next time, dream travelers, may your nights be vivid, your mind be open, and your awareness guide you to incredible places. Sweet dreams, and I'll see you inside the dream.